This is a view of the International Space Station flight control room as a team of flight controllers watches over all of the station systems throughout the week. The flight director for most of the week has been Mike Seraphin. He served as one of the 3 flight directors that watched over the team each day throughout the week. All of the space station activities have been going very smoothly on board as the station circles the Earth every 92 minutes from an altitude of 248 statute miles. The crew on board Expedition 32, Commander Gennady Padalka, Flight Engineer Sergei Revin, and Flight Engineer Joe Acaba are in their 51st day aboard the station and 53rd day in space. It's been a busy week for the 3 crew members as they spent their first week alone following the return to Earth last Sunday of Expedition 31's Oleg Kononenko, Andrei Kuipers, and Don Pettit after 193 days in space. Kononenko returned to his home in Star City outside Moscow, and Kuipers and Pettit returned to Houston. All 3 have begun post-flight medical checkups and rehabilitation back to the one-gravity environment of Earth. Monday, Acaba performed a communications test of the onboard smartphone associated with the Synchronized Position, Hold, Engage, Reorient Experimental Satellites, or SPHERES. He'll conduct operations with that experiment next week. Tuesday, Acaba worked with some of the ongoing experiments and inspected some of the exercise equipment on board as well. He worked with the Burning and Suppression of Solids experiment, or BASS experiment, observing and then reconfiguring the Binary Colloid Alloy Test experiment, or BCAT. He also inspected the resistive exercise device rope for damage and connected external hard drives to the station support computer laptops so that the hard drives can be reconfigured by the ground for the arriving astronauts of the Expedition 32 and 33 crew, Sonny Williams and Aki Hoshide. Throughout the week, Commander Gennady Padalka and Flight Engineer Sergei Revin worked in the Russian segment, taking inventory, packing the Progress and ATV vehicles for departure, and conducted experiments studying the Earth's environment, designed to document changes that occur over long periods of time, as well as captured data to determine productive fishing locations at various times of the year. Thursday, before joining his other 2 crewmates for an onboard training exercise to demonstrate the crew's and flight control team's ability to respond to an emergency depressurization, Acaba met long distance with students located at the Science Museum of Virginia in Richmond as part of NASA's Summer of Innovation program. He talked about life and work aboard the station and the importance of education and reaching goals. Friday was spent mostly with packing and inventory activities and some household maintenance, along with autonomous experiment checks and tagging up with flight control teams and managers around the world. This weekend, the crew will essentially be off duty, but will conduct routine housekeeping chores, exercise, and check on some autonomous payloads and ensure that they're operating properly. They'll also have an opportunity to talk with their family and friends back here on Earth. Next week, the crew prepares the station for the arrival of the next 3 crew members. Yuri Malenchenko, Sonny Williams, and Aki Hoshide are preparing for their launch to the station, scheduled for Saturday, July 14th, arriving on Tuesday, July 17th.